So what do you have to do to become a teacher?
So first you have to go to college and get a bachelor's in whatever subject you want to teach. So for example, I wanted to teach biology, so I got a bachelor's in science of biology at Santa Clara University. Then you have to go through a teacher credential program. And a teacher credential program is usually 1 to 2 years, where you take education classes, so learning like how to be a teacher, and then you also work with a master teacher at a teaching placement. So you're basically what's called a student teacher. So as a student teacher, you have somebody who's like giving you curriculum and helping you out. Then after that, you have to get a job.
Okay. Like this job?
Like this job.
What is normally the starting salary for a teacher who is in their first year teaching?
It's I believe it's for San Jose Unified. So in Silicon Valley, everything is inflated, meaning that everybody makes more money than they would elsewhere. Yeah. So like if I went to Stockton, I would make probably like 32,000. Whereas here, the starting teacher I think makes on average around like 40 to 44,000.
What is your typical day as a teacher like?
What is my typical day as a teacher like?
Yeah.
You tell me, you're a student.
It's a question.
My typical day as a teacher.
Starting when you like wake up or something.
You want to know like how I brush my teeth?
No.
And, like, do I floss?
No,
Do I use mouthwash?
teacher-wise.
Oh, okay. So wake up around like 6 o'clock. Usually get in around 6:45 or 7 o'clock. And basically do a lot of preparation for the day. So basically finishing off anything I need to do for my lesson plan, writing anything on the board, organizing any labs, organizing materials. If I have extra time, I'll do a little bit of grading, make copies, and then 9 o'clock rolls around and my first class comes in. Teach them for an hour and a half, and then I usually sit down after I'm done teaching and I eat Cheez-Its.
Cheez-Its.
Because Cheez-Its are really delicious.
Yeah.
And mangoes.
Oh, mangoes.
Because after teaching, so usually after teaching I'm actually really tired. Just because you're doing so many different things when you're teaching. Like you're watching people, you're helping this person while watching this person, so it's a lot of multitasking. So usually I'm kind of tired, so I have to chill for a little bit. Then I usually do a little bit of prep, a little bit of grading, other work. Around noon, my second class comes in. I teach them. After that, I take attendance because it's really, really important in public education to take attendance. If you don't take attendance, you get in trouble. And I don't like getting in trouble. Getting in trouble is bad.
Some teachers just don't take attendance at all.
Seriously?
Yeah.
No, I take attendance every day. You guys just don't know it. And then after that, I usually go coach swimming for a little bit. And I leave here around 5 o'clock. Go home, plan my lessons, eat dinner, brush my teeth, floss, use mouthwash. Floss over mouthwash though. Floss works better. And then I go to bed.
Okay. What do you think of your job?
What do I think of my job?
Yeah.
What do you think of my job? I'm just kidding. It's a blast. It can be a lot of fun. It's very challenging. It can be very time consuming. It can be very frustrating at times. But when you have a good lesson and when you feel like your students are learning and when your students basically are having fun at the same time as when they're learning, it's a lot of fun for me. So it's kind of an interesting thing is like when you guys have fun, I have fun. So yeah, I like my job. I wouldn't trade it for the world.
What have been your most positive and negative experiences as a teacher?
My most positive and negative experiences. I'd say some of my most positive experiences would be some of my students who are not very good at math, for example, and they passed the Casey after I worked with them for several weeks. So I had a couple students do that this year, and that was really, really fun. That's one of them. Negative experiences, students are disrespectful, or a student like misunderstands me, and we end up just having a poor relationship. That's just not fun. It's not fun when you have a poor relationship with your student because you have to see them every day. Having a good relationship with all my students would be something to be desired. And I've made a few mistakes with relationships with students, and so that has impacted the way things happen. So I'd say worst experience is basically when you screw up and you mess up a relationship with a student.
Oh, I see. What kind of skills should you learn in order to be a good teacher?
Say it again?
What kind of skills do you think you need to learn to be a good teacher?
You need to learn how to manage people and how to motivate people. You need to learn how to get people so they're intrinsically motivated. You need to learn how to be very consistent, be very clear. So basically like clear and consistent. So you need to tell students this is what I expect, and then you need to follow through, making sure that they are following what you expect. Carlos. You also need to know your subject matter. You need to know how to present it in a way that makes sense to others. You need to know how to
We're gonna tie it, right?
be.
We're gonna tie the top.
Yeah. Right now, I would just focus on. Let it dry somehow. So set it somewhere where anything that's wet with glue isn't going to touch the other areas. See, multitasking. See, I was interviewing and I was giving instructions at the same time.
Alright, that's the last question because this is way too long.